Hello and welcome to all you Aquarians. Welcome for your general monthly horoscope for July of 2020. No, this is not an individual horoscope or tailor-made horoscope, but a general one. So take what resonates with you, and because you're the captain of your ship, right? Very, very important to remember when you're watching any horoscope, basically. Aquarius, what's happening for you in July of 2020? Well, there is an eclipse happening. There is a Mercury direct happening. Mars in Aries, which will be good for you. I'll talk about that in a minute. Saturn going back into Capricorn in your 12th house, and Venus square Neptune for the third and last time. Let's start with the eclipses. The eclipse, it's the last one that is happening in Capricorn, and it belongs to the Saros family for North, which is about blockages and illusions. So it's quite a tough eclipse basically. And this is happening in your 12th house. It's the last eclipse, so that means that you had quite a lot of eclipses there happening already the last year and a half. And this is like some sort of a wake-up call, but you already know what's happening here. This is a repetition of what I've been telling you months before. And this was about, so on the 5th of July, you're going to have the moon on 13 degrees of Capricorn, opposing the sun in your 6th house of Cancer. And that is about, this eclipse is a lot about control. And it's a lot about the things that you want to control too much, whether it is a person or a situation. It's about letting go of that if you don't have any control over it. Now for you, it's in a very spiritual kind of environment happening. It's happening almost without you knowing it. It's on an unconscious level. That energy, so for you, it's a lot about those opportunities that you had to say goodbye to old habits that were not serving you, you know, like escape routes that were not that healthy, whether it is smoking, whether it is love addiction, whether it is gaming or whatnot. You had that opportunity to let go of that, and you had more energy towards the 6th house where the sun is, to focus yourself on the day-to-day routines and really knowing that routines are there to keep you healthy and to keep your life a bit less of a chaotic environment. So but it's for also, especially when you are a spiritual person, it's a lot about also learning that spiritual bypassing is not a good thing. Okay, so I exaggerate now, for instance, that if you would think, oh, spiritual is everything, it's everything, and here planet Earth is nothing, then you're not on the right track, I think, because it's about, we are here in the three-dimensional world working hard to be real. And so also, you know, I've seen quite a lot of Aquarians risings with having a lot of problems with the spiritual bypassing, you know, that everything can be solved because of when I just let go and intuition and blah, blah, blah. No, it's actually the opposite, because the nodes are there. The node that you had for such a long time in the 6th house was all about get down to the practical side of things. But of course, you can still be spiritual and still see the bigger picture. But it's now about what is realistic, you know. If you're saying like, I'm going to do some prayer, some yoga, and you can't pay your bills, you know, it's got to be tough. It's going to be a huge wake-up call then this month, July. It's like this last call. But all in all, I think that these eclipses have helped a lot of Aquarians to detach from their old patterns, so to speak, of escapism, or also literally, you know, decluttering and all of that, giving to charity, what no longer suits you and what is still valuable might be for others valuable. This can give you a lot of energy to work towards what you do want. And also for this month of July, it's a good month to go for a new job, to go for for a new goal when it comes to work, because there's a lot of energy in your 6th house that has to do with this light there. And so you definitely have good energy there going on. Mercury goes also direct on, so this eclipse is happening on the 5th of July. Mercury is going direct on the 13th of July. So after that, it's a good time to sign new contracts related to work, because this Mercury goes direct in your 6th house. So if you have been having problems with your old job, you're wanting to get a new one, there could be new contracts coming in. Especially after the 13th of July, it's very interesting for you. So when you do what, but it's your own effort, it's your own, it's you writing the letters and so on. So a lot of focus on those healthy boundaries with your body, healthy boundaries with other people, with your work. And with healthy boundaries, then that means like you give the space to other people when it is needed, and you are able to say no, basically. That as well. Now Mars is going to be for a very long time in Aries. At the 1st of July it's in Aries, and it will be there for the rest of the year, and that's your 3rd house. Wow, that's lively for Aquarians who want to start like an internet business. Do it now, who want to put a lot of effort in advertising, short trips, writing, teaching. Wow, they will have a tremendous amount of power. And yes, in September Mars goes backwards, and yes, next month in August it's going to bump into Pluto and Saturn, so there's going to be some restrictions there. But for you, as you are an Aquarian, sextiling that Aries energy, it will be better than, for instance, someone who has this in a square or something like that. So and you've got time for this. So if you have plans for that, you know, publishing, writing, teaching, marketing, selling, buying, internet, blogging, YouTubing, all of that, it's very, you're gonna have lots of energy. But mind you that the start is now in July, but you've got time to, up until the midst of November, you're gonna see really the rewards, because then Mars goes direct again. So but very lively, a lot of activity, and it's in its own sign, Mars, so it can be very sharp communication. Don't get too sharp though. But again, it sextiles your energy. You will do well. You will do well with this energy. And then the last 2 weeks of the month, or the last 1.5 week of the month, for the last time, you're going to have Venus square Neptune. That is your 5th house. Venus in the 5th house, squaring Neptune in the 2nd house. This is a little warning there for those of you who are a bit unsure about the relationship. So maybe you're in a relationship and you're doubting, like, my advice is do nothing, because the Venus square Neptune is just a bit misty there, and you're maybe seeing only what you want to see, or things are not shown to you. Wait, if you want to make decisions on a heart level, because that's the 5th house, wait after like the 1st week of August. Then this energy is gone, and you're going to see clear again when it comes to love. When it's a new love, you know, with all this Venus going backwards and forwards in your 5th house, again, the same advice. Be very slow, I would advise not to be too active there. I would just let it unfold, and you're gonna figure it out by just letting it unfold in front of your eyes, basically. Not pushing and forcing. I would not recommend you doing that. So when you've met someone new, you're really gonna see who this recently, you're really gonna see who this person is after this aspect is over. So still a little bit of patience on your behalf, and that will become clear the 1st week of August. Having said that, I wish you a very good month, dear Aquarians. Thank you for listening, and see you next month. Bye bye.